Dublin. Very little sleep, very cranky daughter, very red eyes.
Like I said as well.
So we got to Dublin, we're walking around and we're very, very tired, trying to power through it. And this freak just told me he doesn't drink coffee.
No, I don't.
Think of how much more productive you could have been in your working years before you retired.
I'm going to drink beer.
Oh, well, I need a coffee to power me up to be able to drink the beer at the moment.
Thankfully, we found coffee and it was really, really good. We also found donuts.
So we are at the Rolling Donut.
There's not enough.
Deb got the one with pistachio and it was amazeballs, and that's the
I got the
s'more.
Dubai.
That's the s'more.
Yeah,
And how's that one?
not as good as the Dubai, but it's good. But not as. I mean, go take a picture of all the donuts they got in there. Holy cow!
In the summer of 1989, I backpacked around Europe, and at the end of the summer, I found my way to Ireland, and I ran out of money. And I started busking here in Dublin. And it's crazy that when Deb booked our accommodations for this trip, she had no idea that I had actually played on this very corner every day for about 3 weeks, 35 years ago. Right in front of the Philip Lynott statue. I mean, this was my spot. I played right here. I used to go into Bruxelles here for beers and McDaids. And it was like the only things I remembered about Dublin were being right on this very spot, and she literally booked a hotel room right above it without even knowing that. Pretty crazy.
So if you hadn't already noticed, it was actually a really nice sunny day in Dublin. So we spent the morning and part of the early afternoon walking around the areas of Dublin that I was kind of familiar with, like St. Stephen's Green, Baggot Street, and then we absolutely had to go to Doheny and Nesbitt for the sentimental reason that I remember having a pint of Guinness there with my dad after running the Dublin Marathon in 2002 period. And
It's driven!
Man, I remember just going there for beer before, but the food here was really, really awesome.
Grafton.
So we walked around after that to walk off our big satisfying lunch, and then went looking for a place to have a beverage where we could sit in the sun.
Here at the Tootsies of Dublin. Not going in. Not going in. Not going to do it.
For those of you who don't get the reference, Tootsies is like the most touristy bar on Broadway in Nashville, and Temple Bars has that same kind of vibe. Not my jam. And as much as I don't dig the touristy kind of stuff, some of it you just kind of have to do if you're with people who haven't done it before, which in my case was everybody I was with. So the next day we did go and do the whole Book of Kells experience, which I thought parts of it were really cool. The immersive stuff was really, really cool. I really kind of had wished I had done that first, because it would have made the significance of the condition of the book mean a lot more to me, because the story of it going through storms and being out in the ocean and being transported and guarded is pretty crazy. And I didn't pick up on that until I'd already looked at the book, and I just would have liked to have done it backwards. So we did that, and then we went to O'Neill's for lunch, and we did this on the recommendation of our driver on the way in, who I wish I had taken video of, because his name was Jay, and he was hilarious, and he had some really funny opinions. He told us to go to O'Neill's, and the food was great. The only thing was, I'm not a fan of going to another country and then going somewhere to eat and have it be nothing but Americans, which is exactly what O'Neill's was. I don't believe there was an Irish person in the place. But the food was great, I have to admit. So we went from O'Neill's to the Guinness Brewing, the brewery. And that was also pretty touristy, but I have to give it to the Irish. I think the one thing that I came home from this trip, the one impression I came home from this trip with, was that they really do the technological display, and I guess I'd say that they do the whole multimedia display kind of really, really well. I was impressed. She doesn't drink free.
Yeah, well, there was a diamond ring in there where I was going to ask her to marry me again, right here in Dublin. So that's what she gave out.
I'm special, special, so special, special. So leaving Guinness, we had a pleasant walk until the rain came down, which I didn't film. But thankfully we found this really lovely little local pub right around the corner from us called Dwyers, and we had all the traditional Irish stuff. Morning of the trip. It's actually a sunny day in Dublin. Beautiful sunny day. We're walking through St. Stephen's Green on our way to Alma for breakfast, which is Argentinian owned. And Alma, for those of you who don't speak Spanish, means soul in Spanish. So I'm expecting this to be really good.
Could be a wait too.
It could be a wait because it's good. We'll see.
Well, it's a small.
We'll find out. Beautiful day. Lovely day. Lovely day, Scott. Beautiful day. We're here at Alma, where I had a sausage festival prepared for you in camp, but sometimes a man just isn't in the mood for sausage. Don't touch the sausage. But sometimes the sausage touches you. First time in 28 years of driving on the left side of the road, and am I crushing it? Not really.
We haven't hit anything yet.
Yeah. Well, a couple parking. What do we call those things?
Parking cones.
Parking cones.
And here I am with no steering wheel, and it's driving me absolutely crazy.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! So on day 3 in Dublin, we got ourselves a rental car, and since it was a gorgeous day, we took the advice of our driver Jay and made the drive out to Howth, which is a small little fishing village, little harbor on the Atlantic, not far from Dublin, and it was a gorgeous day in Ireland. Look at the boat, Willow. Here at the harbor in Howth, and it is a beautiful day in Ireland. So glad we got out of town, because I don't know if Dublin's maybe lost its luster with me having not been there in a long time, but it's a beautiful day to be here. And it's hot and sunny, and it's the middle of May, and you'd think you were in California, not Ireland. Absolutely beautiful day today. Happy to be here. You really?
Soapbox. She's English.
Speaker's Corner? Fearless. Really?
Because I kept saying, good, you know?
So we stayed in Howth until the sun started to get low in the sky, and then thinking it would be safer to not drive in the dark, we headed back to Dublin. And Scott and I went down to McDaids and enjoyed a pint and met some new friends and really enjoyed the conversation. And then we went back up to the room and we all got ready to head out for Waterford and Cork in the morning.